Hello there, YouTubers. Troz here, and gonna be starting on a little bit of a series. Some of you recall, about 6 months ago, I built a space station in orbit around Kerbin with a bunch of other people from Shacknews.com. And today we're gonna start on a moon station with some of the same people. We're kind of copying the International YouTuber Space Station, but there's a deal of people who play from Shacknews.com, and we thought we'd make our own version. So I'm going to be launching the station core, and this is the ship I'm going to be launching it with. The station core is this top part here, basically from here up. It has a senior or large docking port on the top and bottom. It's got 8 docking ports around the edge, 4 directly out, 4 pointing down. It's got some RCS, it's got SAS, and that's about it. There's a 40 part limit, so this is actually 1 part over. It does have some solar panels and batteries to power. There are 4 lights on this, and yeah, that's about it. Had a little trouble in testing with this. As you can see, there's a lot of rockets here and a lot of struts. Can't think of that. So yeah, it was coming apart. Getting about 10,000 feet where the start of the turn was, or actually even before then when I dropped the first set of rockets. But I think I've fixed those issues, and I'm ready to take this into orbit. We're going to try for a 50-kilometer orbit around the moon, equatorial, and I'll hopefully align this pointing north-south so that the large docking ports and these ones facing down here are easy to dock to. So that's the plan. So let's do this. Let's where are we here? Oh. It's marked as a lander because I have a lander can. And we got Bill and Bob. Let's make it a station. And we'll leave the name until we actually get into orbit. So, yeah, it's just before midday. Looks like perfect weather for a launch. So we'll be throttling up here, and I believe if I'll put it up to 100%, but then have to back it down to about the T. So we're ready to go. We're gonna launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throttle down a bit, and we're going to be dropping the first stage in just a few seconds here. Away it goes. about 1,000 feet, we're going to start the gravity turn. 1,000 meters. Here we go. We're going to go over to about 60, I think. And I'm going to now throttle up again. Gonna try to get into about a 100-kilometer orbit. Alright, gonna stage again. And we're pretty good there. Now it's gonna drop back a bit. Let's turn on RCS. Ooh, that's way off. 103. Just using this for an estimate, and come on. Oh, RCS is off. Aim at the target. Gonna start a little early because I don't want us coming back down, so probably at 45 seconds to go. 40 seconds, say 40 seconds to go. That should be good. 97 by 100. Okay, there's the moon. Let's do a little set up here, extend the solar panels. So we're generating electricity. Check the cockpit view. See the extended solar panel. Alright, let's plan our trip to the moon. something about there. Good time to fly to the moon. They actually programmed it this way. It's at the perfect distance in orbit. Is when it just rises. So when you should start your burn. That should be good. I'm going for a 50,000 meter orbit. But that should be pretty good. That isn't really doing anything. Let's see if I put another maneuver right there. There, that all lines up nicely now. That should be a pretty small burn there. So we got 2 burns planned. First one is in 3 minutes. It's a 29-second long burn. So let's get prepared for that. Hard to see, but I do have 3 sets of RCS here. The top 2 will be with the station, and I have this bottom one just for extra maneuverability while still having these bottom stages attached. Turn off RCS. We're locked on pretty good there. Gonna fast forward just for about a minute or so. Alright, I'm gonna start the burn at 15 seconds. Just trying to realign a little because we drift off slightly. 15, start the burn. Ooh, overburned a little. More like a lot. But that's okay. rather be higher than and so this next burn is going to be very minimal, it appears. Let's turn on the lights. So there's our target. Or should I say destination? Trying to spin, find the burn point of our next maneuver. And there it is. Alright, that looks pretty good. Gonna time warp until about a minute beforehand. There you go, orbital view. Okay. This is only 6 meters per second. With these mainsail engines, easily overshoot that. So I'm gonna do this whole maneuver on RCS. And I don't think I have to be too accurate here. So I'm going to use H key to RCS forward, which will add thrust. Probably won't add too much. And maybe I'll just slightly with I, J, K, and L. So kind of want to get this dead on even here. Looks like we're going a little below right now. So let's start the burn. You can see the RCS thrusters running there. Have a ton of monoprop, so even though this is slow, it's going to be well, it's going to be a lot more accurate. Alright, let's try and IJ. Alright, let's turn that way. It's turned out to be easier to add a maneuver node and then just rocket or thrust in that direction. You only need to about a meter per second change. And that's pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Alright, let's head out there. About 4 more hours flying time. Alrighty, here we are. And I'm going around the wrong way. Alrighty. Let's fix that. Good thing I have a lot of delta V left in this. That's close enough. Meter per second burn. Alright, and gonna burn now as... Oh, what's going on? SAS, you're supposed to hold. Alright, I'm gonna burn now. Even though it's way before the node, the further you are, the less fuel you need to make your correction. Oh, and we way overburned because we're doing it early. Use an RCS to get this down again. You know what? I'm just gonna live with it and plan my new maneuver so we get into good orbit. So the other side is at the periapsis is at 50. That'll be good. So it'll be a 300 meter per second burn. Alrighty, got a time warp in. Alrighty. I'm hoping I don't run out of fuel. If we do, I'm actually not going to drop them. I'm just going to enable this last maneuvering thruster, but it'll take a lot longer for the maneuver then. And why don't we keep drifting off here? Alright, that looks pretty good for the periapsis. I will now have to adjust the apoapsis down. A little hard to read there. There's 64. That would be great. Saying 11-second burn. In about 30 minutes. So let's get lined up. After I get the station core in orbit, I will decouple and crash the rest of this into the surface so as not to cause orbital debris. First, I'll make sure that the RCS tanks are full. Speaking of which, let's yeah, it looks like I'm using from all of them, but I can just transfer. Alright, gonna warp around till about a minute to go. Looks like we have enough power to survive the night. Back to real time. Let's just realign slightly. Should be dead on. And I really just want to watch that and thrust until that is at about 50,000. I'm gonna start probably at 20 seconds actually. I'm not going to thrust full throttle. Alright. Just a few more seconds. Using RCS now. It's just wiggling all over the place. Alright, I'm gonna do one more small correction in 17 minutes. Alright, turning on RCS. Trying to aim at the point. Yeah, I'd like to get the difference under 1,000, under 500 if possible. So I want to raise the periapsis a little bit. Ooh, that's the wrong way. Alright, I'm just going to thrust a little bit, get that 47 up to 50. Of course, came off the point when I wasn't looking, and I didn't have RCS on. Yeah, look at that. It's just about 500. That's... I'm gonna call that good. Now we want to point directly north. That'll make docking easier. So, as you orbit around, you don't rotate, so the north and south ends will always be pointing in the same direction, whereas these... There we go. You don't rotate if you have on SAS, and if you have time warped, it kills the rotation. So let's first line us up with horizon. Actually, that's not that. North is 0, so let's kind of flip around there. Alright. We are locked on north now. Great view of the moon here. Nice even orbit. Alright. Oh, what happened? Transferring some RCS fuel over. Full tank of fuel. Decouple. Let's flip to this and back up. Flip back. Turn off RCS. SAS should hold us. There we are. We have the Shack Station core. 41 parts, 51.4 tons, orbiting the moon. It's hard to see, but this has one of the large flat probe bodies. That's why we're able to fly here, or fly from here. This doesn't have SAS. It does have RCS, but it's all out of fuel. Luckily, we are tumbling. Normally, that's not a good thing. Now, I could have ejected these four outer previously, but I didn't want to leave them in bad orbit here. I am going to let's call this the Moon Station. Alright, we're coming up on retrograde, so I'm gonna fire the rockets. And what, periapsis down. Not quite enough. There goes the Moon Station. Oh, that is one thing I forgot about. It was electric charge. I should have monoprop. What is... Yes, I do. I thought this... Oh, not sure what I clicked on before. No, we don't have an SAS module on here. Why doesn't that generate power? That really should generate power. Anyhow, it's not necessary for it to generate power anymore. So we are going to impact the planet. I see, that's basically our center of mass. So we're not getting much torque. Oh, we are generating power, look at that. Well, we're guaranteed a hit, so let's just time warp. Out of power, can't do anything anymore. And unfortunately, won't be able to get to see much. Station's overhead, though. There it is. And that took care of any debris. go to the tracking station. So we got the Shack station. We got the Moon station. Apple Apps has moved a bit, but it's pretty darn close to where I wanted it. Just for comparison, we got the Shack station here, 801 parts, 365 tons. Let's just view that for a second. So we got lights. Lights. It doesn't want to light. It doesn't want to play well at all. But kind of see it there. And there's the moon. Alright, well, thanks for watching. And hopefully, pretty soon I'll have some more shots or more videos of people launching parts of the moon station. I'll see you guys next time.